I am Harry Edward Sappho Jr., a native of Dothan, Alabama. Over the past few years, I have noticed various changes taking place within the city of Dothan. Changes that involve the job market, the growth of its population, crime, and homelessness. Yes, even homelessness. As a concerned citizen, I am forsaking my car, home, family, and others to walk in the path of homelessness. I am taking off my shoes and putting on theirs to experience what it's like to have shoes without a closet.
We'll navigate to the side they consider the west side. That's where most homeless people dwell. Within that radius, you have your restaurants, you have your daily labor agencies, you have the mission not too far. And now I'm right here on Main and Ross Claw, headed toward the Bottoms area they call the Bottoms. Got this tissue in case I didn't make it to the rescue mission, so in case my nose gets runny, I have tissue or whatever.
As I began my journey walking towards an area known as the Bottoms, I noticed that when coming in contact with various motorists, I got a variety of different responses. Some looked on with smirks, some looked on with sympathy, and some just gave me stares, not signifying how they felt about my situation. And as I began to travel further and further along Main Street, having all my possessions in my bag, a level of shame began to set in, because I knew that they knew that all my possessions, all my belongings were in my own bag.
Yeah, it was a long walk, not very challenging, but it was a long walk, and I'm already somewhat starting to feel what a homeless person go through. They don't have a closet for their shoes, and I'm experiencing that. I'm thirsty, and I got to pull up one of these convenience stores. Maybe I can get me some water or whatever, but it is what it is. This is my journey, man, sharing their life with me and sharing mine with them. I'm just trying to see what it's like. I don't know where I'm going to lay my head at, but the more I walk, the more I think. In time, I'll lay my head down somewhere.
After arriving to a location that I was comfortable with, I decided then to relieve myself of the baggage and stash my bag. It is evident that most homeless people, although they carry a lot, they don't actually carry it with them.
Last night, getting over here, stashing my bag, I was just starting to scout, the city, trying to find a location where I could settle. And due to the fact that I missed the rescue mission and I didn't make it to the Ark on time, I talked to some people last night who were familiar with it, had to go down through that path, and said that the Ark close their doors at a certain time. So in the early hour, I walked for a long time. I've been up for a minute, but I managed to settle. And in spite of hearing stuff in the leaves or whatever, it ain't easy out here, man, on these streets. But I did accumulate some information in regards to what I need to do. It's been said that some homeless people, they meet up at the library when they have to leave the rescue mission, or even those that check out for the Ark for a job. Those that don't have a job have a tendency to lounge around at the library, the public library, Love Memorial Library. So I'm gonna go down there and see who I can come in contact with to learn more about this epidemic that we know is homelessness. It's early, in the early hours. First started arriving at daybreak. I walked around here to see what I was faced with, because last night I wasn't able to see, so I just checked my location or whatever. really puts me out the public eye. You know, they can be dangerous because you never know, what you got around you or whatever. For its possums, things of that nature. But I'm gonna walk down to the library and see who I can come in contact with and share more. Yeah, I talked with a couple people that's familiar with it. They've been out here on these streets and just gave me the rundown on where to go and what time I need to be there. So taking on a position as a homeless person. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take their advice, go with it. Most people that do, on drugs or whatever, they know where to find drugs when they come in contact with those that are on drugs. Gang members, when they come in contact with other gang members, they know where to get the firearms, where to do this and that because they come in contact with them. So dealing with some of these people who have been on the streets, I'm starting to, develop some form of strategy on what I need to do out here in these streets.
After being on the street for one night, I woke the next morning. It was then that I decided to gather my belongings and start out towards the library. It is said that within the city of Dothan, many homeless people after leaving the Dothan Rescue Mission and the Ark located on Main Street have a tendency to seek refuge within the Houston Love Memorial Library. I knew that when coming in contact with any of them, if I came in contact with any of them, that they would give me additional information that would help me strategize in my journey to learn more about the lifestyle that they live from a day-to-day basis. On the way, I bumped into a young man named Henry. Henry is originally from New York.
So, are there resources for the homeless people?
Yeah, there's resources out there, but there's not enough money for the homeless people in the shelter. The homeless shelters, they don't have enough money, and the animal shelters are the same thing. They don't have enough money for the animals, and they keep them in little cages.
Clean and all sanitized.
Like, if they put you in a cage like that, you wouldn't be comfortable either.
Right.
Got that right.
That's where they keep the animals. They just keep them in a cage. They ain't supposed to be doing that. That's like in.
You mean
if they kept you animal shelters?
Okay. But in regards to where you live at, what's the what is it like?
Basically, homeless shelters, they don't got enough money. Oh, and inside the homeless shelters, it's not as comfortable as you think it is.
How long have you been homeless?
Like around 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
And you're not from this state?
I'm
Alabama.
from New York.
You just moved going from state to state?
Well, I just moved down here. I just
How long
changed
your dog?
my...
Did you gain this dog?
Yeah, this is my dog. I feed him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all right.
So you developed a relationship with him? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, man. I see he clean to you
Yeah.
when you was walking.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think gonna be necessary in order to gain a breakthrough for homeless people?
Basically, more money needs to go into the homeless shelter so the people living in there can be more comfortable.
Right.
And then when they're more comfortable in the shelter, it's easy for them to go outside and look for a job.
Right.